Welcome to Elisa's Art Room. Tonight we're going to be working on my Bees and Blossoms junk journal. Y'all come in and say hi. We are live on Facebook currently, if you see the little red button at the top left. If not, you're catching a replay. Get you guys pulled up so I can see chat. Thanks for letting me know the sound is good, Dawn. All right. So, working on our journal. So today we're going to play with some book pages. I've been binging Hither and Yon, which is a channel I watch. DJ, I was watching her her big book of journaling ideas. I think is what she calls them. But she's got like 3 or 4 of them. I think 4 now. But anyway, I was watching those because I watch them all the time, honestly, because they're really good. You should watch them. But I saw something she did, and I was like, you know what? I haven't tried that yet. Let me try that. So we're going to do one of hers today. Well, possibly 2 of hers, but I think just one, because you know me, I won't get as much done as I think I can. So for those who have been following me, you know that I've been having teeth issues. So I actually went to the dentist today and talked to them because our insurance runs out at the end of the month. So I'm trying to get anything I can get done before then. And it turns out that the last time I went, we must not have had insurance, she said, because the price that I was quoted was a lot higher. And she says it's probably because you didn't have insurance. And I'm like, you might be right. Maybe that's what it was. And she said that with our insurance, it'll end up costing like $350 out of pocket, which I think we can handle. It'll still mean possibly borrowing a little from something, but nonetheless, I can get the pain in this tooth taken care of so that I can function, because right now I'm not functioning. I'm a mess. So it still leaves other problems, but they can't do a root canal, they can't do a filling because it is it's just gone. The whole tooth is practically gone. So they're just gonna pull it out and all that. So they're gonna pull it out and it'll end up costing me $350. And so Thursday, which is why I really wanted to do this live tonight, because Thursday I'm supposed to go in to have that done. So I have no clue what condition I will be in on Friday. So there is a very, I would say, high chance that I won't be able to do my live on Friday. I've never had a tooth pulled. I have no idea. None. So that's the deal. So hopefully I can get out of pain. They gave me antibiotics. They said once the antibiotics kick in, that should help some. So hopefully it will. It hasn't yet. I'm still in pain. But I've only been on them for like, I don't know, 3 hours. So we'll see. So anyway, that's my update on my teeth and all that. I know I don't like talking about this stuff on my lives, but most of y'all know, so. Because when I'm in pain, I vent. Try not to. It's not a good thing to do, but I try not to. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get this camera pulled up. I think you'll like this little project. It's cute. So let's give it a shot. Hold on one second. My iPad's in there. Okay. Oh. So, like I said, this project that we're going to do today was inspired by DJ at Hither and Yon. And I will link her videos on my YouTube. I don't do my links on this Facebook because honestly the video is just going to disappear sooner or later, so it really doesn't even matter. but I will do it on my YouTube. So what I've got is, I started out with, I found a book, didn't have horrible writing. That's what this means. This means I've scanned this page and I know there's nothing horrible on here. Because you never know. Especially, oh my gosh, some of my kids' old school books, the words, you know, definitely not politically correct words. So, that just means I've scanned it. But anyway, so I cut them down, and they're going to be backgrounds basically for various projects. Some of them I've turned into little pockets to throw on a page and decorate. These were just some leftovers I had. And then some of these will be for the project today, which I've already got laid out. And some of them are for Hither and Yon. DJ has a little pocket thing she called Goldilocks. And it's basically, you know, 3 pockets that get smaller. And it's probably been done other places, but I watched hers. So, you know, when I see these things, they've probably been done somewhere else. So don't hold me to the person I saw it on do it is the first person, because that's usually not the case. They saw it from somewhere and the other person saw it from somewhere. So you know how that goes. We all share, and most of us don't care. As long as, you know, you try to give credit where credit is due, that's all we care. So that's what I'm starting with, is this base. I've sewed around them, and, you know, just straight and zigzag, nothing too fancy because my sewing machine doesn't like me. But I've cut out most of the pieces ahead of time because I didn't want you to spend the whole live watching me cut out stuff, as that would be a waste of time. And then I just have to figure out where I'm going to put them, and we're going to decorate them. So I've got several to choose from. So I have, let's pull my little information stickers off. So I have this one. This is from that bee paper in the Yasm collection that I have. Now, it's not colored in the one. I'll show you how I colored this, because actually I think it looks really pretty colored. So I did color it. Let me see if I can grab a sheet of it that I half colored. Here's one. Okay, so this is what it typically looks like. It's all black and white. And then I started coloring it. Do y'all see what happens when you color it? I don't know if it comes through on the camera. Do you see how the background now looks yellow? Can you see that difference? My eye automatically fills in yellow on this background. Even though it's not yellow. It's totally still just white. Isn't that weird? I was just looking at it when I'd done half the page, and I was like, what? Wait a minute. Why does it look yellow? I don't know why it looks yellow, but it does. So anyway, I colored that with just some watercolor pencils, and I'll show you in a second. But anyway, it's cute colored, I think. So, and then you make little pockets or tags. I'm going to do like journaling space tags to put in each of these. So what I did is, and you can watch her video, I'll link it if you want to watch all the detailed instructions, but I'm trying to cut down on time, so, and just concentrate on bee stuff. So cut this out with this paper, which is a cardstock. Cut a little half of a tab, half a circle. So, you know, one of these, it's exactly half, so that I can use these for the pull tabs. So that's exactly half. This little cardboard is on here just so I don't get marks. Sewed around and sewed through the middle, okay? Leaving enough room for our little thing. So I have this design, and I have one with the bee paper, and then this bee paper, and then I have this one that has 3. The one she did that I saw, I think had 3, but they're very small with 3, but it's so cute. So I've got this one with 3. But in essence, I just took a piece and scored it, folded it. We're going to round corners and stuff, but and making sure that it fit in there to where it can be flush with this edge. Okay, so I just measured whatever was left after I sewed it, because I very, very tiny bits of glue just to hold it in place while I was sewing it, because I didn't want the glue to take up all the pocket. So there's just tiny, like, drops, literally drops. I put a drop, you know, just to hold it in place. And then whatever room was left, I just measured, and this is how I got the size. Okay, so, and I've got 3 of those. So these are my designs that I have, and then I made a bunch more because I was just playing with them. I'll probably use them for other things, but so I've got more. And then, where did I put that envelope? There it is. We're going to decorate it with, I don't know, maybe stickers, something. I'm not sure. And then I'm going to find a page to put it on. And then I've also got these books I made last live. I showed you me gluing them. And so they're all dry now. And I went ahead and just did them all. So it's just little tiny booklets. This one is mostly plain paper, and then a little bit of the bee paper, and then plain paper. This one's like bee and then lined and then bee stuff. But they're all cute. So cute little booklets. We're going to put those on a page, so there's 4 of them. So we're going to try to do that too. I think I'll have time, maybe. I probably should do it first, because, you know, I'll run out of time. Let's see, is there anything I did while you weren't with me? There's one thing I did. I did print a picture that I want to show you. If I can figure out where I stuck it. I'm not sure where I'm going to put these. They just need to go on just plain pages, really. It's a good way to fill out some pages with, you know, nothing interesting on them, or that are just too busy. So I added, it's going to be in the last one. I did the second fold over envelope that we did the other day, fold over pocket. I decorated the second one. So this is the second one. So it looks like this on one side. On this one, I made one of the little things I added to the front, a little tuck with some tickets. And then this is the back. So it folds over like this, and then we've got little tickets, and then you can reverse it, and then you've got this one. I stenciled that on there with a stencil from Essential Stencil, and then this is the back pocket. So there's some tags and stuff. Okay, so that's the second one. I said I decorated off camera, so I did. And it just goes on like that. So that one's done. And what is that? Oh, it's old. Okay, so my picture's in the last one. Where is it? So I tried to find some paintings, because I've been trying to add my paintings to my journals so that you guys get a little bit of that too when you buy them. I had a really hard time. I only have one bee painting. I don't really have a lot of bee paintings, which is interesting. But I did have a honey painting that I had done a long time ago, and it's digital art. It's back when I was doing mostly digital art. It's still hand painted, but it's hand painted with digital brushes instead of, you know, a paintbrush and water and acrylic paint. So it is a digital one, but it's pretty. It's got honey and apples, and I just added a little bit of ribbon on the side. So that's what one of them has, and then the back one has the only bee one that I have, the only bee painting I have, which is my sunflower and bee. So that's on the back of it, and it's got the little bee ribbon on there. So I added that, so there is some artwork in here. So let's get to these, and then I'll figure out, I guess I should figure out where they go first, because it's going to change how I decorate them probably. So this one I have coming from this way. So I tried to make some from the right and some from the left so that they would fit on any page I was working on. So these two go from the right page. So let's see, what do we got? We have just this. I would want a right-handed one. So that's a possibility to go there. Looks okay. Let's see what else is in here. These are pretty much bulked out about the same right now. And this doesn't really need a extra stiff page like a cardstock page because you've already got, you know, some weight from this and it'll be glued down from this side. So just a medium weight page is fine. Might just stick it on the back of that. So maybe one that works well with the honeycombs. Which works good with honeycombs. Maybe this one. I kind of like the orange. It's got a little bit of yellow there. But do I want to put two in the same one though? Good question. We'll see. Or maybe I'll put the other one here instead. Would this look good with honeycombs? Let me see. It could be this one. It doesn't look bad. Either way, it could go in the front or there. Could even go here, but then I've got this and I don't really want that over it, so probably not. What's in this one? Let's see how thick this one's getting. Could go there. Probably not on the gray. I'm having a hard time finding anything to go in this gray. Not there. Not there because I don't want it on the middle one. Not next to my little wiggly bees. So because that gray one's in this one, I don't think that's going to be a good choice. So the last one. So I probably will put two in one then. Not where the honey is because that's my background page for that. A lot of things to think about. So we have this yellow page. Not sure why I have it marked. It's a possibility I had a plan for it, but I don't know what that was. That's not bad on that either. So maybe we'll put that there. I think it's good. So for now, yeah, and then I'll put the other two in that front one since they seem to work, although they are the same. Darn it. Dilemmas. I didn't really want to put two of the same thing in there. All right, we're going to put this one. Oh, is it the right direction? Oh, it's totally the wrong direction. Will it go on the other side? I think it can go on the other side. All right, we'll put it on this side. All right, it's yellow enough, it'll work here. All right, we'll do this. So I don't end up with two of the same, almost the same bees. All right, put that one there. And then the first one, we'll put one here, this one here, and then I'll have to decide which one I want to decorate first. This one here, and then the second one, let's see if I got a good color for this. I wonder if it would fit on one of these. Could possibly put it on the other side of that. It's not the right direction. I don't think it's pretty, yeah, it's too big for there. I guess the honeycomb. It'll just have this over it. which technically I could probably move it. I don't think there's anything on it yet. So if it looks weird, I could totally move it, or I could put it there. Here, it looks better here. Can I move that there? I might move that there. All right, so we'll put this here. And we'll pull it back out in a second, but I just want to decide if I want to move this, because I don't think I'll like it over the top of that. I think I'm going to move this. Maybe. What about here? Let's see what it looks like. Either there. I don't think I want it over the top of that, so sometimes these type of pieces can be difficult. Or I put it there. And then it would be like that. I don't know. We'll leave it like that for now, and I'll decide later if I hate it or not. All right, let's start with this one. Yeah, we'll start with this one. I'm going to move these back here. And then we'll talk about how I colored this and so forth. I'm going to keep this out just for color reference. It's already busy enough I don't have to do anything to the background page. So, like I said, these are just cut to size, and these are that mulberry paper with a honeycomb on one side, and we're going to make journaling type cards that are a little bit decorated. Hopefully I can make it flat enough it can still go in the pocket, because I don't want to decorate it so heavy it can't still slide in there. So to color these, all I did, and it's pretty self-explanatory, you had that marked for the books. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Do I still have it available, or did I just fill it? Did I fill it? Let me look. You're right, I did, didn't I? See, you guys know, I forget. I forget all the time. I'm like, why is that got a mark on it? I don't know. I marked it for some reason. And then I forgot. Promptly forgot. All right, so what can we do? I think I stuck that other thing on here, right? Oh, okay. Well, I've still got this one. So even if I stuck it on the back, which is somewhere. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. We still have a blank piece. Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's just put a sticker on there. There. All right. Now I know. Thank you, Dawn. Glad somebody's paying attention. Okay, so I just colored these with the Tim Holtz watercolor markers, or watercolor pencils. Any watercolor pencils would have been fine. The colors that I wanted happened to be in here, so I just went with these and used the peeled paint, mustard seed, and a little bit of brown rusty hinge. And I might have used some black in the what I think are black-eyed Susans. They could be anything. They could be daisies, they could be black-eyed Susans, but I tried to put some black in there, but honestly it looks purple. I think I must have had another color there to start with. They look more purple than they do black, but still feasible. So all I did, you know, was take the pen, and I didn't wet it or anything. I just colored it, literally. So I just colored the greens with the greens. Okay, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory, guys. But I think it does make a really nice difference, and the coloring is super easy. You don't have to be, you know, crazy particular about Am I perfectly in the lines or not? So I just literally just went through, colored like that, colored my little bee body, some yellows, colored his head brown, obfuscate. It was going to make the eyes go away, so I didn't. And then a little bit of brown on the wings. I just did a little like here and there. And then I did yellow also. So they could be like just a little mixture, and you can kind of blend it a little bit with your finger. But that's all I did. Okay? And you get cute colored papers. So even if you buy something black and white like this, don't limit yourself to only using it that way, because it can be colored too. All right, so that's all. Pretty easy. That's why I keep grabbing the Villainous Potion as black. So I just put purple on there again, because it looks black. The black looks gray. See, this is the black, which looks gray. And then the Villainous Potion I keep thinking is the black, but it's just because it's got like a coating or something on there. So I grabbed purple again. Oh well. So it still has a purple center. Oh well. I'm looking for my lid. Did I set it on top of it? That's what I did. Oh my goodness, I can't pick it up. Hold on. Put it on top of the lid. Now I can't lift it. Sorry. Like fighting with this thing. I'm half tempted to take that little plastic piece off. It's kind of more of a pain than it's worth. Okay, so I've got my two pockets that I sewed on there. I cut the little notch, like I said, exactly half. Because and you cut it before you sew it on there. Don't try to squeeze this in there after. That would be a pain. It can be done as long as you have the halfway mark and you know where to go. It can be done after. It's not ideal though. It's best to do it before you sew it. So I did that, inked everything, and sewed it onto the page. So got it on the page, and it's just going to go on here. It's a very simple project, really, but it's a little time consuming only because of all the cutting and the sewing and all of that, and I didn't want to drag all that out because it's just, you know how it is. It takes up too much time. So we're going to decorate these a little bit. So these go inside. I'm going to round the corners on, I think, just the bottoms. So, and I debated to round or not to round. I don't know if it's better or not. Just make sure you're on the side that's open. I mean, you could round that side, but then it opens kind of funny. So I'm going to round this side. It does help when they're rounded to get them in and out of the pockets, though. My fold is, it's not my fold, it's my cut. So something's wrong there. Let me just fix it a little bit. I'm off a little bit. Hit both of them. All right. So we're going to decorate these pretty. I might use like a stencil or something on the front, because that way it wouldn't, something flat, a sticker or a stencil, I think, instead of like a cardstock image, like a die cut or whatever. I think that might be better. I should ink it before I forget. I inked the rest of this with frayed burlap, so we'll use that. You go either on this. This is very warm, actually. But I know that this is frayed burlap. Usually if there's more whites, grays, greens, I think I like frayed burlap. If there's more oranges, warmer colors, then I like the vintage photo. So it kind of depends. So maybe I will stick with vintage on this piece, because I think that the frayed might look a little weird on that piece, because this is definitely a warmer tone. So, and since there's so much of it already showing this tone, I'll just stick with this tone. This is the digital from My Porch Prints, the little beehives. It's actually a really nice digital. I like it a lot. I'm glad I got it. I found it very useful. Now, the stencils that I use will probably be Essential Stencil, but guys, I would say probably some of them are definitely not going to be available anymore, because a lot of the ones I have are older, and you probably can't get them. But I'm sure if you go on the internet, you can find bee stencils all over the place. So I wouldn't stress about that. And if you do get them from Essential Stencil, you can use my code Art Room and get your 10% off. That's a thing, but you're not going to hurt my feelings if you get them somewhere else. I'm gonna say that. I'm sure Essential Stencil doesn't like me saying that, but it is what it is. If you can't find it, you can't find it. They did get some newbie ones that I don't even have, though. So check them out, because they might have some. So I noticed the other day I was looking through there, and I was like, oh, there's some that I don't have. Because I don't get them all either. Hey, Bonnie. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat. I should have inked this first, but I'll try to do some of it with you. I do all the prep work, and then there's nothing left to do. All right, so we got it inked. So just figure out what you want for the front. I think these are similar, or it's a little darker on one side. So we'll go with these darker sides. And then I've got some stickers. Let's see if there's anything in here. Where's my... Keeps trying to... Let's see what's in here. These are nature stickers I got off of maybe Amazon. Maybe. I've had them for a couple of years now, so I don't remember where I got them. And if they don't say on the packaging, then I just don't remember. Lots of mushrooms. This particular set had lots of mushrooms, which isn't a bad thing. There's a flower there I might could use. I'll set that aside. I keep just thinking I need to find bees, but it is bees and blossoms, so there are some flowers. I may not find bees, but I can find flowers. I like these two. That's cute too. That might be cute for the inside. So I think I can find stickers for some of these. That's, I don't know, maybe. We'll stick it over here. What is this one? That's a little girl. She's got her sunflowers. And it says something. I wonder what it says. Let's see. What do we think it says? It says, oh my goodness. The morning sunflower, black and bold, blooms yet to who the something's gold? Sunsets gold? I don't know. Something like that. Can't read it. It's too small. too tiny. Some peaches or something. Alright, I think that's good. We should be able to find flowers from this. She's cute too. And then I also have some stamps from Fayware. Stickers, not stamps, stickers. I've gotten to where using stamps, guys, it's so risky. I've been looking up angel policies. I don't know if you're familiar with what an angel policy is, but it's basically what you have to add to your live or whatever, showing what they want you to do for copyright. And it's usually like, you know, a credit or sometimes a link or things like that. And some of them are really strict. Let's see, flowers. Now these aren't as shiny. These are more like washy. I'm 90% sure this one was off Amazon. That one's not too bad. Still no bees. Another single one. Space. So these won't be, you know, crazy decorated, at least not on the inside. Probably not on the outside either, honestly. No bees, no bees. Hummingbirds. Seeds. Flowers, birds. I'm looking for a little bit brighter colors. Nope, I'm not seeing any bees. Just got a whole bunch of puppies there. That butterfly's pretty. I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about using butterflies in this journal because I don't want to get away from, you know, bees and blossoms. I'm trying to stick with theme as much as I can. Little fairy. Pretty owls. Yep, I don't see any. We're almost to the end, so another single flower, but I think I have enough over there. Butterflies, butterflies, more little sunflowers. So I think I have plenty of yellow sunflowers to choose from. And different flowers, various yellow flowers. So let's try that. So I liked those ones we saw. They matched this color really well. Where'd they go? These. I like these. The question is, do I want to off-center them? I think so. I don't know that I could put a word. I might could stencil a word. I don't know if the label would catch. At least on the outside. I could put something on the inside. I'll try and find a place to stick all this stuff. All right, put that there. You go up there. All right, stencils. What do I have in stencil words? Anything very big? So no. I'd be happy, but I think it's too big still. I think all my words are going to be too big. Yeah, those are all too big. All right, so no stenciled words. I could stencil a little bit of bees, maybe from that truck. Let me see. Even I think that's too big too. That's where I got that one bee from. This little stencil of the month one. This is not, I don't think it's available. And I apologize for using things that aren't available, but I have them, I need to use them. I'm thinking I could put some of these maybe just behind, coming down from a corner maybe, and then put that little sticker there. That might look cute. So maybe that on those. Let's see what this looks like. If I do, I'm trying to find a spot where it kind of makes sense. Maybe like this. That's not bad. All right, let's do that. Don't lose those. I'll set those there. All right. So we're going to go with black or brown. There's not really much black in this. That's almost a scorched timber. We'll go with scorched timber. Where's that at? I have it here somewhere. I think this is walnut. That's walnut. All right, scorched timber. Of course, I've buried it. There it is. Scorched timber is a very dark brown, almost black. I don't want to go with black because it's not really. It's just not really black. Okay, we'll go with this dauber. I think it'll work fine. Now, do I need to tape that or not? Can I hold it in place or not? I don't trust myself. I'm going to tape it a little bit. Throw this on the edge here. Just kind of hold it in place. Line up our little bees how I want them. I think I'm just going to, and I'm going to put that sticker right there. So these are just going to be like background. Try not to hit my tape. I think right there. I'm not going to put anything under them. If it gets on my tape, I'll just wash it off later. And let's see if it'll hold enough. It doesn't have to hold a ton. Okay. I'll try seeing if I can do this swirling. I don't think there's a lot of loose edges on this one. If there's loose edges, don't try to swirl a dauber. It'll just lift it up and look awful. I think this paper is thick enough to handle this ink. Every now and then I get a paper that's too thin and it goes through, but this is like it's kind of like a heavy resume paper, if I had to explain it. Yeah, I think this will be fine. I think I got it all. Okay. You just wash that with water. So this, you can just leave that like that. Where's my sticker? We'll go with this one. Oh, it's totally got a bird right there. Is it going to lose the number? No. Interesting. So they didn't quite cut it right. That's all right. It's not a huge deal, but I don't know if I need. How sticky are these? We're going to put a little bit of glue. I don't trust some stickers. These feel a little bit iffy. Especially if they're like a washi sticker particularly, make sure you use a tiny bit of glue. I just usually will put a few drops of art glitter. Hey, Dorothy. Just to kind of give it a backup if the sticker fails. We're just going to put a few drops. That should be plenty. Because it'll probably show through, so I don't go too crazy with it. do the other one very similar. I could do it from the other side, but I'm going to put a tab there, so yeah, we'll keep it on this side. I don't care if I cover up a B, but I don't want to cover up. And I got to think about how I'm going to do this tab. If I want it to be just on this little front piece maybe, or just on the back piece. I think just on the front piece. I haven't really thought about that. That's what I think. I think just on the front piece. All right, I got too much stuff here. Both my tables are full. Okay. Where was that? Something like this. I'll have to decide what I want to do on the inside. I'm thinking just something on the edge. I could put lines. I don't know if I will. It's probably not absolutely necessary. I'm trying to find my dauber. There it is. That's the walnut. I want the scorched timber. Yeah, that should be fine. You could also use those little essential stencil detail brushes for this. It might take more coats to get it as dark. I didn't check to see if that went through. No, it didn't. Okay. I didn't think it would, but I did mean to check. But I know that they work well on the ink. All right, I think I got it all. This little wing seems a little light. Okay. A little bit of ink on my fingers. Okay. There's that. Put that aside now. And where's my sticker? There it is. Trying to keep everything nice and flush so it doesn't snag going in and out of the pocket. Okay, so that's going to go like that. And then we need our circles. So I cut out some circles. We could go ahead and do this. I was going to put those long flowers, a couple of long flowers. Ooh, maybe even that. I think that'll be fine. So I know this is washi. I'm trying to see where the lines are. They're there somewhere, but I can't see them. Okay. Probably need my pointy tool. Can't quite see those lines. I know they're around it. There they are. Now I'll get it out there without it ripping. Anytime you get strong angles like that, sometimes they'll rip. Especially this washi stuff. It's not super strong. Just a couple little bits of glue here and there, just to make sure it stays down. And then we're just gonna add a little touch to the corner. This is mostly going to be journaling space. There. Cute. So, nice little journaling space. And we gotta find some for this one. What did I have? Let's see. I have... Where's that girl at? Was she in here? She must have been on the other one. Kind of like this material better. It's not as shiny. There's that one. It's not bad. Then we'll go with that one. Find the edge. Oops, don't rip. Get under there. Yeah. Gotcha. Hear my kid in there laughing. All right, let's see. Try to get it straight. Nice. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think that's cute. So just a couple little journaling cards. Hey, Lori. Okay. So now we got to find our circles. I cut them out. I stuck them in that envelope. I got to find the envelope again. Where'd you put it? There it is. Did I pull them out of this already? Are they still hiding in here? I don't see them. You totally pulled them out, didn't you? Oh, there they are. I found them. Okay. So I had some that I thought matched well. Let me see what I picked out. So these are going to go in here. What was it I picked out for this one? It must have been this. Because honestly, I'm not sure. It's a flower from one of the flowers, but I don't know that I like it on that. All these go to other things, so I might punch something else. Because now that I've decorated this, I'm not particularly liking these flowers as my choice. Yeah, that was my choice. So those flowers, I don't know how they'll look. I mean, this one's a lily, and that's a lily. Maybe if I paint it, I can paint that yellow and then do the background a little bit so it's not quite so white. I do like that it's a lily too. Do I have something similar for the other one? I do. So that's very similar to that one. You know what? That one too. Which one? This one or this one? Well, I could use them. I need two, so we'll use them both. So I'll use these two on this one. And this one will have a daisy on one side, I guess, because I don't have two of the lilies. Although I could probably punch one real quick. Not that it really matters. Because the inside's got daisies. So I think this is how I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to have the daisy on this side and then the lily on this side to go like that. And you want it exactly halfway so that it goes in the hole. Okay, that'll work. That works out well. Okay. Hopefully it's thick enough. I colored that one. Should I put that one on top then? Sure. I'll use that one because it's colored. Okay. Let's try this. I haven't done one yet, so no idea if it works. Well, I know it works. She did it. It must work, right? But it's just figuring it out. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll put the card in first so that it's flush and it's where I want it to sit, because that's going to change where you put that little tab. So I'm going to put it flush in the center, and then I'm going to draw a little light line there. And just use this white pencil if it doesn't break. So we're just going to use the white pencil, draw a little line. I can't draw the other side, but I'll just match it so it won't matter. And then, should I bother inking this? Because this is going to show here. So I guess not. We'll keep it yellow though. I do like it yellow. And I did ink this, but it's really hard to see, so I'm going to ink it a little bit more. I did ink them all. They're just, some of them I did it really fast. So, okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to glue it so that it's up the right direction. And just on that little spot. So I'm going to put the glue here. Okay. And then put my little flower right on the spot. Ideally straight. And I'm going to flip her over. And then for this side, we want the glue on the whole thing. Did I say this was a daisy? Should I change it? No, we're not going to change it. Which one do I like better? I like that one better. They're yellow. I should color them. Where's my pencils? Pencils. I hid you. I hid you good. Go ahead and color it. Oh my goodness. These are so hard to open. I'm probably going to end up taking them out of that case. Bad cases annoy me. So are those black-eyed Susans? I don't know what they are. They kind of look like black-eyed Susans. I don't think they're sunflowers. They could be sunflowers, but if they are, they have very small petals. We're just going to do that, and then I'll just use a pencil. I have a watercolor pencil here somewhere. I know it is because I grab it all the time when I don't want it. I'm always grabbing it. All right, old watercolor pencil there. There. Good enough. It's got some color. So then we're going to take this and glue it everywhere because it's going to stick over the whole thing. And I hope that this will work with it just being on one side of this journaling card. I think it will. Honestly, I'm not sure how she did it. The trick is getting the art glitter not to dry before you match it up. Sometimes that's a challenge. Okay. There. So there's our little tab. All right. And then that goes in, and it just fits inside the hole. Okay? So there's that one. Let's do the other one. So on this one, I wanted, what was it? This one, I guess. This one. Let me see which one looks better. This has got a little more orange in it. I might have orange in the Kimberly's pencils. There's no orange in this one. The Tim Holtz one doesn't have any orange. It has more, his earthy colors that he tends to do. Do a little bit of green on here. Just to give it some difference. Where's the other side of it? I guess I could use that one. Do it that way. technically it's also like a daisy or something in there. I don't guess it matters. We'll just use this one. Again, they're not very neat. We'll go with this. I'll just do this yellow. A little drop of green on there. Okay, good enough. I was going to put some orange in there. Let me see if I have a Kimberly's orange. I might not. Maybe. Is there an orange in here? Yeah, there's an orange. I'm just going to do a little bit of orange watercolor pencil in there. Give it a little bit more similar to that. We'll put just a teeny bit in this one. There. Can you even see that? Probably not. There. Okay, so just a little bit of color. Okay, so let's line this one up. So this one I'm going to do on the bottom. Doesn't matter if I did the other one on top, because I doubt these holes are perfectly aligned. I seriously doubt that. So we're just going to line it up, mark it with our pencil. This is the best way, I think, to match this. Just to put it in there first. And then we want this one to go here, so we're going to a little bit of glue here. Stay. And try to get it somewhat straight. Turn her over. And I'm just, as I turn it, I'm just using it this direction because that's the direction for writing. This one will go here, like that. Do y'all like these? Are they fun? I think they're fun. I'm trying to see what that comment was. Lori says, that's awesome. I was named after Grandma. I missed something. Hi, Bonnie. My daughter's named Bonnie. Oh. That's right. You told me that. Okay. There we go. So now this one goes here. So that's how these work. And then they fit in there perfectly flush to the little holes. Okay, and then could it be just a separate piece? Sure, but we're going to glue it to the page. So, and we're going to glue, I could even glue it as a pocket. It doesn't have to be glued flat. I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? I don't know that I need more pockets. It'll be stronger glued flat. We'll glue it flat. You could, if you really wanted, you could leave this one side open. Try and find something to stick in there. I know I have cards sitting here all over the place. Let's do one. And you could possibly leave the back open for like a hidden spot. I don't know if putting glue here, here, and here will be enough for these. It might be. They don't really, they're not that strong. You know, we'll do a pocket. I got room. Why not? Uses less glue too. So we'll go ahead and put a hidden pocket back there. You won't know unless you know. If you know, you know. I'll do it a little wider than that. Try to get a decent amount on this edge. I'm going to go a little inside the sewing because it's stronger than the outside edge. So just a little inside that sewing. Do a little more inside the sewing here. That'll give it more strength. And then make sure I can see that center line, which is somewhere right there. There. Try to line her up. Not too close to the inside so it doesn't get jammed up when you sew it in. Okay, glue her down. And then, am I crooked? I'm totally crooked. Oh well. It's art glitter, it ain't moving, so let's find one of these cards to throw in there. So these are the, where's her name? Liana Scrap. I know there's some larger ones in here, so. Let's see. How about this one? It's not quite as big as I would like. I could make it bigger later, like tomorrow. You could just print another one. I like this one for it because it matches all the flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in there, but later on I will switch it out to one that's a little bit bigger. I'll just go print another one. So I have one that's bigger. So I'm not going to bother inking it or anything, but that's going to go back here because I think it'll match. And I'll probably throw a tab on it when I do it. Maybe another one of these. And a daisy one. I'll find a daisy one. Or whatever that is. Are those, what are they? Are they black-eyed Susans? I don't know for sure. Maybe. So that'll look cute back there, I think. So I'm just going to leave it sticking out just a little bit. So that's that. And then I have to decide, do I want to do anything more to this? I guess I could put a word or something. Because I don't want to do too much to it. It's already really pretty. Isn't it? It's already so pretty. Sometimes things just don't need any more. We still have that other one to do too. So, let me see. I'll see if I have any words that are not distracting. I do have one that says Bee Journal or something. Let me see. Black-eyed Susan centers are conical. So they're raised. I mean, these look raised from, because it has a side profile. These don't look super raised, but maybe a tiny bit. But yeah, they're not super raised, so maybe they're not. I can't tell, but they do kind of look like them. But maybe there's some sort of a daisy or something. Or some other flower. I don't know. Maybe they're not even a real flower and they're just something they made up. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Do I have any words in here? Be good. Time to be. Any of these words? I've got bigger ones somewhere too. Where's my porch print stuff? So the ones with the words are my porch prints. This is Yasm. And then that one that we're debating the flower on is Liana's. Let's see. Where are my labels? What do we got? Debating if I want one on each one. I do like the little labels. They're simple, but they are cute. Not behave. I like the busy as a bee. If I put it up here, it won't get in the way of anything. I just don't know if that leaves that blank. Do you think it matters? Does it need something on both? Be sweet, be my honey. I don't know. If it's not a card to a sweetheart, I always feel funny using be my honey. Be yourself, will be, will be. I've used be myself several times. I think we're just going to put busy as a bee. We'll just put it on the top because I don't want to overkill. We'll just put one there. It fits nicely. I think it'll look okay. I'll leave that little bit of a white. I don't think I'm going to ink it because the colors are just fine for this. Let's just do this. These look like some busy bees, right? Try to get it centered. There. Okay, good enough. So there's that one. So let's grab our other signature. And I'm not sure which one it was, so I'll grab them both. Yeah, find them where it was. Where did I put them? I don't think it was this one, was it? There's one. Where's it at? That's books. Okay. I know they're both in here. Girl. Maybe? Did I not put them in the same one? I thought I did. Now I'm kind of confused. Yeah, because we couldn't find a spot in this one. Maybe I put them in the other one. That's what it is. I'll bet that's what it is. That's what it is. It fits in the front of this one. Ah, there it is. There it is. So this one has 3. We'll do a 3 since we've already done 2. I can do this 2 off camera. It's just going to be, honestly, it probably won't be a lot of decorating because it's going to be these, which are very dark. I think you can write on them with gel pen maybe, or I could add a little piece of paper in there. I'll have to think about that. Let's do the other one first, and then I'll come back to this one if we have time. Oh, I'm running out of time already, guys. Okay, we'll do this 3 one since they're a little smaller. So we're going to put it here. This looks like it's browns mostly, a little bit of yellow on the opposite page. So pretty much any of the color here. You could always use one of these smaller ones for the front just to give it something because this paper's already so decorated. Let's be creative. What will be just does not fit. That's too big. Let it be. Let it be can have 2 different meanings, right? If you see that bee, just let it be. You know, or else you might regret it. Gotta be me, be yourself, be creative. I know I've used several of these already. I guess I'm running out of them because I've already used them all. Time to be. Do the let it be, I guess. Time to be or let it be. Alright, where did I put the let it be? Oh, I lost it. This is too small. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Let it be. Maybe. Let me think about it. What did you say? What will be? I think it's too big. Unless I have one that's really small. Unless I put it at the very top or something. It comes over this. It's going over the edges. I could trim it. But this is the smallest one I have. Let's see what happens if I just trim off the edge. If I can make it small enough or not. Where's my long scissors? They're sitting here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Try to get this white edge off. I might make it fit. We'll see. It is one I haven't used yet. Let's see. Can it fit now? All right, now it fits. We'll do that. Okay, it fits. We made it fit. It's okay. All right, get my glue and we'll ink that. A little bit of ink. Hold on to it. It's tiny. Guys, I'm actually not in pain right now. I'm amazed I'm not in pain. Okay, there. So we'll put this here. I don't know what we're going to do with the inside. We'll figure it out. Because it's very dark, this pattern. It's just inside the sewing. Okay, there. Made it work. And so I've got these three. So I tried to pick out parts that were just like the honey and the honeycomb off of this paper. So I got some that I think will work. And then I have to decide how I want to do them. I think I'm going to keep them sideways. I think I'll do both sides. I was debating on just doing the one side, but I think both looks better. So I'm going to round these off. This is kind of heavy paper. Might put a piece of paper in there for journaling. I don't know. Might need one. You could probably journal on it, but it would be tricky because it's got too many darks and lights, I think. So I think we need to add. This one's not as bad, so that's not as bad. But the rest of them, I think, are just going to be too dark. So we could do this one with just the honey and leave it like a spot and put something up here. Like maybe I could find a bee that I can stick up there. And then these two, I'm going to add some paper or something. So let's see what I have. What do we got in small stuff? Here's a bee. What's this bee look like? I can stick him there. That could work. Decide where I want him. He looked good there. Debating if I want him on the edge. I do have some smaller ones too, I think. They're all loose in here, so it's tricky. And then we'll do, I wonder if I could decorate around the edge. I could put like fake stitching. Here's a smaller one. Let's see if the smaller one looks better. Maybe the smaller one. He doesn't take up quite as much real estate there. So maybe that. And then this front, I don't know. As long as I glue something down well, it shouldn't snag. I'm trying to see if these will even fit. That's not too bad. Maybe. How many of those do I have? 2. That one, that one. That one. I have a honeycomb. It's kind of big. A ticket. kind of like the idea of keeping that simple inside. W is not bad on there. I just feel like it might need more. So I'll debate if I want to use those. I don't know if I want them all three the same. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, these are pretty too. What do these look like? I like that color. Oh, I do like that color. Is that cardstock? It is cardstock, but I think it'll be alright. I feel like I've used this already. Maybe I have, I don't know. Doesn't look as good on that one. That one looks good. Where's my stay? I don't know about the tone of those. Maybe. We'll think about it. Let's see if I can get this one to lay flat. Nope. Scissors. Scissors will work. There. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's too big. No, the butterfly is cute, but I do like that butterfly. It's meant to be a layered butterfly, but if I could just use it like this, it's got a honeycomb background to it. I do kind of like it on there. It has a body that goes with it, but I might draw the body on instead because I'm a little worried about trying to stick it on there. All right, what else we got? I'm trying to get things that match a little better. This, I like the way that matches that. That matches that good. But I don't, this one for some reason, I think it's too green or something. Possibly. These have, no, I'm not feeling it. Let's see what else we got. This is the same as that other one I just looked at, right? No, it's a little bit different. It's still not quite right. It's got that honey on there, right there. And I feel like that yellow is just making me want to do something a little different. It needs more yellows. I'll find something. I'll find something that works. Maybe. Maybe I will. I've got another butterfly. Just like I said, I was trying not to use too many butterflies. Do I have a sticker? Let's go back to my stickers. Nope. 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 None of those stickers. I just threw half my stickers on the floor. Where did they go? They were in a pile. Oh, here they are. I have a feeling these stickers are all going to be too light. They're not going to show up enough. I want to see if this girl shows up. Not very well. She really doesn't show up very well. So maybe not her. All right, do we see anything here about this little bee? How's that different? I don't know, it's different somehow. Oh, it's got a darker edge, that's what it is. They're also very similar, but not. That one's not as bad. But I do like this too. I don't know why. Something about that. Do y'all have one you like? Sometimes y'all can see things on camera that I am missing. What if I took off that outside edge? I like the yellow of this, but I don't like that color. Here, I'm gonna try something. If it fails, I can always print another one. So I'm just taking my pinking shears and cutting that. I'm doing it off to the side because I need the light to see the holes. They actually match up relatively well. Not 100% perfect, but close. There. So what if I do that? That's better. Okay, that's not bad. Now that's not so bad. I think that'll work. And then we'll have to decide if we want anything more, because we're going to put those little round thingies on there too. And the round thingies to this one are, I don't remember. I think they're honeycombs or something. I think that'll work. So we'll do one butterfly. Maybe we'll stick that one in the middle. I was going to put this one in the middle, unless I switch those. It probably doesn't matter. I'm probably way overthinking it. Okay. I do have some black paper with honeycombs. I'll have to think about that. All right, so that could go there. And then we've got the little bee on the inside. That's one of the bodies. Bee on the inside. I think that's fine. All right, let's glue down the little bee first. Shall I ink them or not? I'm not sure. See if I can ink them a little bit. I don't want to go crazy with the inking because it'll make them look dirty. I'll just do a little. I'm afraid burlap's not quite as bad as that vintage. Okay, that's feasible. I think I want to go this way, this way. I think I like them better up for some reason. Not sure why. I don't know why. It's better without the edge, isn't it? Something about it. The edge was bugging me. The tone was weird. All right, we'll put this little bee here. I think I probably should be off center. I don't know. For some reason, I like him near that. I don't know why, but it's just, my eye is working better with it for some reason. So we're going to put them there. Get all the glue off. There. So that can be a journaling spot. I think you won't have any issue writing there. And then scorched timber probably, because that's kind of a grayish green anyway. I'll try to get that edge a little bit, so you can kind of get that shape out of it. All right, and then this is going to go on the front. Center, not center. Center. I don't know, guys. I kind of like it off center. I don't know. Is that weird? Off center? Y'all think it's okay? I'm just going to try to get this glue as close to the edge as I can so that it doesn't snag. Now that I've added little zigzags to even be more of a problem. Just make your life even more difficult. You guys are going to say after I glue it, I'm going to do off center. I don't know why, but I am. Hope I can get it nice and flush. Feels flush. I think we'll be okay. All right, so there's that one. That should be fine. And then this one, I'm going to do it off center too. Finally saw your comment, Bonnie. She said off center for those who can't see the comment that are watching the replay. I try to remember to save the comments, because when you're watching the replay, you don't have the feed. Especially if you're on YouTube, so. I try to remember to say it. Okay. Let me just throw scissors on there. Okay, I like that. Could put a word there, but I don't know. It's going to have the circle there. And then inside, I think I've got this paper. Do I want to use it or not? I don't know, because it might be too much. It might be overkill. It's like I could put a little tiny piece. I think the gold is too bright. I have some other gold. Let me see. And then if I do this one, then I don't have enough black space. If I had only put a few of them, maybe I could get away with putting a little bit of a black piece and then some of that gold on the edge. I could really get detailed and cut some out. That would be overkill, probably. What do you think? Do you think I should black? I could add brown. I have some brown lined paper. See if I have any sitting here. I did have it sitting here, but you know how that goes. What time is it? Okay. Not perfect, but okay. Not do have some. I could put a little bit of this brown paper. Just debating if it's going to look okay or not. I'm trying to make these, you know, decent journaling places. At least that's the idea. Let's see if I can tear this. Let's see what it looks like. Nope, more on that side. Paper. I think it'll be easier to write on. No, let's go back to walnut or something. That's not really working. I have ink all over me. Just literally stuck the dauber on the wrong side on the ink pad. And then I stuck my finger in it, so. Try and get this edge. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. I might cut a few of these out. I don't know. That might. Where's the other ones that aren't? Can't tell if they're the right color. I forget what. I think that's. It's not. I don't think it's the lunar. It might be the lunar paste, but with a brush. The lunar paste with a brush goes on different. If you use a lunar paste, this is lunar paste with a brush. This is lunar paste with like a palette knife or something, and this is with a palette knife, a yellow lunar paste. So they all look different. We'll do the paper. Yeah, I think the brown's better too, Bonnie. See if I can get glue on it. I don't have to worry about it snagging because it's inside, so. sure I'm still the right way. Okay. There, that works. I mean, it doesn't have to have anything. I was trying to put something, but it doesn't really have to have anything in there. You know, a tiny flower or a bee maybe. Let's see if we have a tiny flower sticker or something I can throw on there. Maybe one of the washi ones. Let's see if there's a small tall one. Oh, I like that. That's really pretty. It's too tall, but I could totally fussy cut it out and put it in there. It would only leave a little bit of room if I just put it on one side, maybe. With the white. The white's not bad either. I'm gonna fuzzy cut it out and put it on it. I'll see what it looks like. If it looks horrible, I'll take it off. I'm thinking that I can just put this little flower, something in there. It's not bad. Now let's see if I can peel it. Maybe. Maybe not. Aha. Little drop of glue. Drop of glue. Okay. There. It just gives it a little bit more. So it's not just plain. Cool. Okay, there's that. So, and then we'll need its circle. And then we got this butterfly one. I'm just going to color his body instead of trying to stick something on there. What shall I use? Posca pen would be matte. Might take a second to dry. What do I have that's glossy? Anything? Anything that would be glossy? Not really. I don't think I have a black gel pen. No. I have silver, I have brown, but I don't know if that would show up enough. Yeah, no, that's never going to show up. All right, let's just do, we'll just do it like a marker. If I really wanted to spend time, I'd do it with embossing powder and all that, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to color in the body. I had one of the little bodies sitting here so I could see kind of a shape, but in essence, just, you know, follow the outline of what you have. So we're just going to kind of separate it into three parts, kind of, sort of. A little bit of a fatter body. There. And he's got a little bit of a body. So it's not plain. I just got to dry that because it's Posca. Posca pens are acrylic, but they take a minute, just a minute to dry. Might hit it with my blow dryer, so I have to wait. I'm gonna do it off camera because I'll blow everything. Okay. So there. So our little body. We'll ink the edges so they blend in better. Where's my scorch timber, I think? Needs to be relatively dark. Yeah, that's good. If I can get in there. It's always hard to get these corners. He's kind of a grungy little butterfly. Like, who's in the kitchen? Didn't we already eat dinner? And then I remembered we had wings, and my daughter doesn't like wings. So she's fixing salmon. One of those things I just cannot understand, not liking wings, but I never inked any of these, I guess. They look kind of plain. I was probably waiting until I rounded them. So I should ink them. They're kind of grungy looking. I am going to run out of time, so we'll have to do the books on Wednesday. That's okay. This has been interesting, I think. Considering I almost didn't come on today. I was just like at the dentist, and I was kind of like, am I going to get out of here in time? They were torturing me. Oh my goodness. I really don't like dentists at all. They freak me out. I have no idea which side I was going to use. I think that one. And, yeah. So, I almost didn't come on. I gotta find the circles to these. They're floating around here somewhere. This ink barely shows, but it shows. It shows enough. It's not a lot. It's subtle, but I mean it's there. You can see it. It's just subtle. All right, so there's that one. This last one real quick. Good enough. And then let's glue him on. Where's my tweezers? There. Okay, so yeah, we'll do them on that side. I think it's good. Doesn't really matter that much, but that looks like a good choice. So let's try to get them all the way to the edge so we don't snag. Where's it at? I buried it. There it is. When you're gluing like this, you really need a rag because it cleans up any of that glue on the edges. You can make sure it's nice and flush. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Cute. Is it going to do anything on the inside? I was going to add paper, right? Yeah, paper. I'm going to grab some more of that paper. Where'd it go? It's over here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. And a piece of this. No idea where. We'll just go for it. It's basically two of these, so... good enough. And some ink. Oh, that's walnut. Is that why it hasn't been as dark as I thought? I've been trying to use the walnut as scorch timber. That's probably why. It's not quite as dark. Is that right? Yeah. Only has one side, so. Although honestly, the walnut almost looks better. But that's all right. We'll keep this one. There. That's going to go like that. And then, I don't know, I'll have to think about whether I want another sticker or anything on there. Okay. Sure I'm the right way. Okay, and where's the one we just cut up? There it is. I think I can get the rest of that flower out of there. And that will look cute. I like it. Okay. So we have our 3 pieces. We got our circles. We've got this. So our circles for this one, I think I picked honeycombs. I think. Also have some bees. Let's see what looks best. So I have these bees. I think I only have 2 of these. I think I was using this for the other one. That's what it was. So for this one, I think I had picked out a honeycomb pattern, kind of. Possibly these. So we need 6 of them. I only have 2 of those. I also have that. So can't use the bees. We'll use those on the other one. I think I'll just use these. So pick the ones that look best with it, I think. So I think the bees are all very similar. We'll use those. Okay. I like wings, but not salmon. Yeah, I don't like salmon either. It's like I can force myself to eat it with like baked in an oven with like mayonnaise all over it, but it's not really my thing. But I'm not really much of a fish person in general, so there's that. All right, there's our 6 little tabs. So I don't think it really matters the direction, but I think I was going to put I thought about putting the bee in the middle, but it doesn't really matter, or the butterfly. But this one has the blank writing space that's different than the other 2. So maybe I'll put that one in the middle just because of that. Although the butterfly looks better in the middle. Yeah, we're putting the butterfly in the middle. It'll just be 2 with the same writing because it just looks better. All right, so hopefully there's room for this. Just barely, I think. So same kind of thing. Stick it in there. Get it flush. At least somewhat flush. Find your pencil that you've buried. Oh, pick another pencil. So we're just going to draw a little line. I could probably try to do all 3 of these at the same time. Let's see if we can save some time. So there's that one. I didn't check that. I think it's in the right direction. And the last one. It's a little bit snug. It's not terrible, but it is a little snug. Almost need a pencil for this one. It's light. You can't see it very well. Just a little bit of pencil on that side. Okay. So now, pull those out. And these we don't really have to line up. They don't have any directional bits to them per se. They're all just pretty generic. I put glue on both sides, but that's all right. I'll make it work. Just gotta not touch it yet. These are a little bit different tones on one side or the other, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. There's one down. And this one does look like a number. It's not really a number. It's really some sort of weird AI stuff, but oh, there I got putting glue on the other sides again. But I just can't help myself. One more. Just not going to stress about it. It's not a huge deal as long as I remember not to touch it to the table. Until I am ready for it. Okay. Our little cards. Here we go. So one, I rounded those, right? Yeah. I didn't round that top, but I think it's okay without it being rounded. There's one. It's a little snug. The middle one's bigger because the sewing on it had more room. The 2 end ones are a tiny bit snugger. Plus I added cardstock this time to the top, so adds a little bit. And until you get it in the book, you're dealing with a book page that's, you know, flimsy. There. Cute. So that goes here, I think it was. Is this where I had it? Must be. We'll just have that there. I think the doily will be okay. I don't think it'll be a problem. So I think I'm going to glue this one completely down. I don't really feel like that's strong enough to handle a pocket. So this one I'm going to glue down. Do the edges first. I can get all the way around this before it dries. As you have the edges, it's really not too big of a deal. Do the middle quickly. All right, that should be enough. This is gonna fight me, so I'm taking it off of there. Try to get it straight this time. Okay. Sure it's not, yeah, it's fine. Wasn't sure if the glue would go through or not, but it didn't. All right, there we go. This goes in like this. I do have some glue there from something. Probably on my table. And this goes like this, and this goes like this. All right, so there. What do you think? So, card. Yeah, I think they'll be fine once they're pulled in and out a couple of times. They won't be quite as stiff. The middle one's fine, but the other two are a little on the stiffer side. Sometimes you can just throw a bone folder in there and give it a little bit of a wiggle, but I think they're okay. All right, so there's our 2 pockets. I hope y'all like that. So that was inspired by Hither and Yon, DJ. Check out her channel. I will link her on my YouTube, so y'all got to go over to my YouTube to get all these descriptions and links and things like that, because Facebook deletes her stuff after 30 days, so it's better for me to put it over there. That way y'all always have access to it, okay? So, I hope you guys enjoyed those. I think they're cute. Where'd the other one go? I don't even know. I'll do that last one off camera, as it's going to be probably similar to this one anyway. And it's just going to fill up another page. Let me see, where is that? Is it in here or is it in here? Is it in the one we just did? Probably is, isn't it? I keep forgetting where they are. It's here somewhere. There it is. I found it. Can't really show them both at the same time without taking it apart. Here. Let's just take it apart. Where does that go? That goes like that. Right there. Alright, so there's our 2 little pockets. And I think she just calls them like book page pockets or something. Okie doke. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out my YouTube. Make sure to, subscribe so you get notified of things that are going on and posted. I try to post all of my Facebook Lives over there now, since they no longer keep them. And as of today, I'm supposedly lost all of my lives that I had on this channel, on Facebook. I downloaded as many as I could to load onto YouTube later, but I had like 500, so needless to say, I did not get to them all. Nor did I even have the space. I mean, each download is like almost a gig. I don't know, they're like 500 megabytes or something, so yeah. That just wasn't going to happen. It was a lot, which, I understand why Facebook is doing it, because, you got billions of people doing all those videos. It's a lot of memory. So, it is what it is. But I will put what I can on YouTube. Yeah, it is sad. But I have all of I think I got all the journals backed up onto flash drives. I've got like 4 flash drives full. And then also on my computer. So if my computer crashes, I've at least got the flash drives as a backup. So I have them in 2 places. All the journals I've got, and all of the paintings that I cared about. So I did get all that stuff, but I did not get a lot of the stencil type stuff. that stuff, but it was just like the least priority. So, but I got a lot of it. All right, so y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I will see you guys on Wednesday, and then like I said, I go to the dentist on Thursday for them to yank this tooth out, and then Friday I probably will be in no condition to do a live. So if y'all don't see me Friday, you'll see me probably Monday after that. Okay, y'all take care. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. All right, bye-bye.